Hello, my name is Alan Bonville, and today is midway through day one of the Civil Rights Fast. A group of us, have been sitting outside, sleeping outside, standing outside our United States Senator Kirsten Gillibrand's campaign office for 36 days, and today we escalate our action by starting a fast. Water only, spring water only. I wanted to share just a few things here on this video. Number one would be that this paperwork here, just so everyone knows everything is in order, is the healthcare proxy and medical directive for myself. And basically what this paperwork stipulates is who my actual powers of attorney are, the people that would be the only people who would have any type of medical say-so on my behalf if things were to deteriorate, or I should probably say as things deteriorate. Also in here, the medical directive, life-sustaining procedures to be withheld or withdrawn in accordance with the section above. And basically I've put in here that the only thing that I would allow any medical professional to do would be to administer artificially administered hydration if it was distilled water. Other than that, no cardiopulmonary resuscitation, no invasive diagnostic procedures, nothing. So what this basically is saying is that that my wishes are to just let me fade away if this demand is not met upon our senator to file the American Equality Bill or something equivalent that would add sexual orientation and gender identity to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. All she has to do is file the bill. Any other senator could file the bill as well, and she could be a co-sponsor. That's fine too. And this is something that needs to happen now. It's not something that they can put off for another year or two. They need to file the bill in this upcoming legislative session or in the current one that we're in. That's the only acceptable solution for me to eat again. And also, beyond that, just to share as well, I do have a private physician that is looking over myself and my health during this fast. At any point that, again, the senator or another senator, House members as well, get this bill filed, I will start eating again, but until that point, I'll periodically be seeing this confidential physician, and they will just monitor, my health status, basically. That's all that they will do. And on a separate note, today is election day, and I have technically been homeless for quite some months now as I've been traveling the road around the country, working with activists all over, doing all kinds of different activist stuff. So I don't really have a home per se. So I don't really know where, if I were to vote today, I guess I would vote. I count myself as a New York resident, especially being that I've been living on the streets of New York for the past 36 days outside of Senator Gillibrand's office. So I do consider her my United States Senator, or one of my United States Senators. But I did feel that today, even if I were to go to a voting booth, I wouldn't vote for her. I wouldn't vote for anybody, because I think what's happened in the LGBT movement is that we are living in a country currently where there are people who are bigots, mostly the Republican Party for the most part, and then we have people who are worse than bigots, who are the complacent Democrats in power, who say, we'll give you your rights, or we support you having your rights, but they don't do anything to actually make that happen. Or they talk a talk, and they say a lot of nice things about us, but they don't actually pass the legislation that's needed to be passed that will make us full, equal citizens in our own country. And at the age of 34, I don't want to wait another 34 years to be an equal in my country, no matter where I'm living. So today, in honor of those in the past who I admire, who did stand up for what they believe in against all odds, I vote for my United States Senator to be Alice Paul, and that's who I vote for today on this election day. I hope that regardless of how the election turns out, whoever ends up in power over the senatorial seat that I'm currently petitioning for full civil rights. It's my hope that they will feel the pressure that we are applying and that will continue to grow as time goes on, and they will react accordingly and do their job, which is to give us what we demand. One of the things that I think that people look at backwards is this idea of the role of their government. Many people will say, Kirsten Gillibrand is our friend, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Our United States senators, our president, anybody, our House members, local politicians, none of them are our friends. They are at best our employees. Now, if someone were to say, I think Kirsten Gillibrand is my friend, my response to them would be, then you want her to be your friend. I don't want my senators to be my friends. I want them to do the work that they are put in office to do. So, to reiterate, anyone who says that senators or elected officials are their friends or are our friends, in my opinion, really just wants to be friends with those elected officials. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to pressure the government in any capacity that I can as one person so that they will file a bill that will add sexual orientation and gender identity to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. That, I believe, will push along a lot of this other piecemeal legislation. It will actually give us a vision for what we can accomplish. And it will hopefully then lead us to the day where any of us LGBT people can walk down any street in our own country without fear of retaliation against us because of who we are. We can walk down the street holding our same-sex partner's hand without any fear of anyone even looking at us differently. Because that's what will be taught in schools, that we are equal. Once we are equal under the laws, that's what people will grow up understanding. So yeah, I have a gay agenda. My agenda is equality. My agenda is nothing more or nothing less than anybody else has in this country under the law. So on day one, as I hunger, not so much for food right now, I hunger for equal rights, for full civil rights.